What's up, my dudes? Yo, RF, I'm trying to cut down on the rants in 2020, and you're not making it easy on me, bro. God dang. So, this will be the first time that I have ever quit a RF series at the very first round. Okay, so I'm not racing any of the Supercross races in RF this year. I will come back for the first outdoor round. So it's just to that point to where I can't just go race by race and, they're not making enough of an improvement and a change to what they're doing to the point to where it's like, oh, well, I can just come back in the second or third round and then it'll be so much better. It's to the point now to where I have to go series to series before I'm ever going to see any amount of a change, you know what I'm saying? And you still may not see that kind of change, even going from series to series. So I'm going to, like I said, not be racing any of the Supercross races, but I will come back for the first outdoor race. And if it's still the same trash, then I won't race that either. So, yeah, that's just where we're at this point, bro. The easiest way to explain this whole thing in a nutshell is it doesn't even feel like MX Simulator anymore. Seriously. Like that, they have finally got it to that point to where it just doesn't even feel like MX Simulator anymore. And that, in a nutshell, is the main reason why I'm just like, nah, dogs, you guys can have it. Like, go have fun with it. I mean, this ain't what I want to be playing. This is not like, I don't know, dude. So, if you guys didn't catch this, RF basically just gave it away that they have absolutely no idea what they're doing whatsoever. So what happened was, and the gameplay that you're seeing right here is actually the second qualifying session, okay? So what happened was, in the very first qualifying session, they seriously had the Erode 20 times too high. And I'm not over-exaggerating when I say that. And I'm not just talking about, like, the normal high Erode. I'm talking even more than that, if you can even imagine that. That's how it was in the first qualifying session. And everybody was like, what the hell's going on? So then RF is like, whoops, we got to fix it. We got to fix it real quick. Okay, so then we get to the second qualifying session, which is the gameplay that you're seeing right here, and they basically cut the Erode in half of what it was in the first qualifying session, okay? And it was still too high. Even still too high. Like 10 times too high, okay? So by the time we get to the third and fourth qualifying session, we are like 1/10 of the Erode level of what they started on in the first qualifying session. You understand what I'm saying? They have now cut it to 1/10 of what the Erode was in the first qualifying session by the time we got to the third and fourth qualifying session. Oh, and by the way, we only had 9 people in our server. We didn't even have half of a full gate in our server. We had 9 people in there. I couldn't even imagine if you had like a full gate of people in your qualifying server. It would have just been absolutely ridiculous. Like, what are you doing, RF? I mean, what the hell are you doing? It's like you've literally never even ran a road before in a race, period. That's what it felt like in the qualifying sessions. What are you doing? Like, you literally went from having a road to an insanity level, and by the time we get to the third qualifying session, it's 1/10 of what it was in the first qualifying session. What the hell are you doing? I mean, at this point, it's like, I can't even, I literally couldn't even believe it. I was like, you've got to be kidding me. This can't be real right now. They got to just be like joking with us or something, right? To lower the Erode that much just in qualifying. It's like they had no idea what to set the Erode on. And like I say, let me just remind you, we didn't even have a full gate of people in our qualifying server, and it was still just insanely too high and crazy. And it took them 3 or 4 qualifying sessions to even figure out what they were doing. Dogs, you got to understand, they've been doing this whole Erode thing the past 2 years. This ain't like their first time running a road anymore, right? And it still feels like a beta test. It still feels like they're trying to do this Erode beta test and they have no idea what they're doing with it. And that's one of the biggest reasons why I just quit before it even got any further, because I already could see what was going to basically go down in 2020 RF Supercross. It's the same crap they've been doing the past 2 years, man. It's the same stuff. It's not like some sort of new and improved or whatever kind of thing you might be getting in your head. It's not that at all. I'm just saying, it's literally not like that at all. As you can see, here we are again with the singular giant berm rut coming through the corner, right? This ain't like a, 5 micro multi-rut builder terrain deformation system like what real life is, right? Like what you would think real life is, where it's got multiple ruts in every corner. This is a one giant motocross berm builder. That's what this terrain deformation system is. It's a giant in the concrete, in the dirt motocross, one singular line motocross berm builder. That's all it is. Oh, and a kicker on every single jump face builder and make you feel sketchy as shit for no reason whatsoever. That's the other thing that it does. Again, this corner right here. One giant singular motocross berm. Dudes. Oh my God, RF. This is sad. This is actually beyond sad at this point, bro. This is actually beyond sad. You need to just call this motocross on a supercross track. This is not supercross, dog. These are singular motocross berms in every corner. What the hell? Look at that. Dude, look at this. The only reason that inside even has remotely a rut there is because I actually did think they did one little pre-made thing right there, but that's the only reason you're seeing that little inside right there. It's just so weird the way you even play the game now. It's like tiptoeing your Jordans everywhere, get on the most linear motocross dyno in the game, linear powered motocross bike dyno in the game, that's got this like super linear power, and you're just like trying to hit the gas and not really increase or lower your speed all the way through the rut. It's just so weird. It's no more of that like super quick, spin your ass end around in the corner or anything like that. Oh, man. Yeah, even if you took the Erode completely out of the equation, this is still the worst Anaheim 1 like base track I've ever seen in the game thus far since I've been pro racing. Back since 2015. This is the worst Anaheim 1 I've seen thus far. Even if you took the Erode out. And then on top of all that, they're still running Erode more than it seems like more. They're trying to do it even more, right? The track's made even more around Erode. What are you doing? You literally could have just took the BAC Anaheim 1 track, put a stadium around it, and put no Erode on it, and I swear to God you would have had at least 20 to 30, maybe even 40 more people sign up for the 450 class. And it would have been 5 times a better of an experience of qualifying and racing and everything else to it. But no, we're still doing these giant singular motocross berms in the corner, tiptoeing your Jordans, go half of your actual speed everywhere. Just go slow, guys. Just go slow, Just slow down everywhere. It's just like no pre-made. We're right back to where we were at the beginning of the motocross season last year. No pre-made. They got so then they have to really crank up the Erode, so then you get even more Erode lag. So then you get even more of this bizarre, janky concrete built, ruts and crap. It's the same old same. Nothing's changed. If anything, it's gotten worse. So that's why I'm not racing Supercross this year. I hate to disappoint some of you guys, but it is what it is. I'm not going to do it. I'm just not going to do it. So, yeah, that's pretty much where we're at here. But, it's like we have literally just transformed right back to where we were at the beginning of the motocross season last year. So, there's still all of the Erode lag issue, the extra level of lag that the Erode causes that's still not optimized for shit. Okay, so you've got that extra lag on top of the lag that you already get in an online server. So it's like a double lag effect feeling that you kind of get. So they've got that going. And also, it's like they're going back to this completely smooth track at the beginning, and like they're trying to expect a road to do everything on the track. And I'd really thought we learned our lesson on that you have to have some kind of pre-made, because a road, you guys know, it's like digging a rut down in concrete because there's no cush to the dirt. The dirt is not movable at all. So whenever you start from a completely smooth surface and you try to rely on a road to make everything, it just makes these weird, concrete, bumpy, weird crap, triangle, janky, weird filling on the track. And that's exactly how it felt on this A1 track right here. So I'm just saying, and I'm not the only one that's thinking this, because this is the lowest turnout that I've ever seen in a RF Anaheim 1. There was 50 people that signed up in the 450 class. 50 people. And if you cut out all of the RF officials that are riding in their own events, then there would have been like 45 people that signed up in the 450 class. Okay, which typically for a Anaheim 1 in this game, a pro RF 450 Anaheim 1, everybody's like super hyped and excited, and you got all these sign-ups. Typically, you have like 80 to 100 people that sign up for Anaheim 1 in the one individual class, okay? Just in the 450 class. Usually, you have at least 80 to 100 people that sign up, and there was 50 on this one, dog. 50. And if you've known this game for a while, you will know that you can basically cut down the signups at Anaheim 1. You can cut down that number in half. And that's pretty much the way the season is going to end up being after you get like 3 or 4 rounds into it. Like, for instance, last year, it seemed like there was like 80 people or somewhere around there that signed up for Anaheim 1. And then 3 or 4 rounds in, there's like, 40 people signing up, right? So you just do the math on that real quick. Now, there's only 50 people that signed up at Anaheim 1. So you do the math here in 3 or 4 rounds. I'm going to guess there's going to be like 30 signups, maybe 30 to 35 people signing up in 3 or 4 rounds. And if you know Supercross, at that point, now you're not even filling up the gates anymore for the heat races. You're literally not even filling up the gates. So, pretty sure RF's dying right in front of our eyes now at this point. I really think it is, man. And you would have thought after all the negative feedback the past 2 years with the road and us voting a road out on the forums and all that, you just would have thought that maybe they might would have tried to come back to the other direction a little bit, like a little bit less erode maybe, maybe not try to design the tracks completely around a road, maybe do a little bit more pre-made, right? Maybe not run as much road. You would have thought maybe they would have came a little bit more back to the way MX Simulator used to be, the old school MX Simulator feel. I wasn't expecting them to completely take the erode out, obviously, but it was just like, I thought they would at least kind of come back towards that direction and maybe, run more pre-made or something. But no. They have literally went even more so to the erode direction. They've went the opposite direction. They've went even more backwards at this point, okay? So now it's like they're making the tracks even more around erode, and they're trying to do even more erode, and you can just tell everything is still, like that, and they're trying to do that even more. They didn't come back the other direction, like less erode, more pre-made. If anything, they've went further the other direction, like tried to build the tracks even more around the erode, like making all the jumps kind of smooth down and small and no big quad lines or anything on the track. That was one really big, like, what are they doing? It's like they're trying to set the track up for when it starts getting ruts on it. They know you're really not going to be able to hit that big of a quad, because normally you can't when a road starts being janky on the track, right? And really starts getting formed on the track. So it's like they designed the entire track around that. So now there's no big lines to hit from the very beginning. See, that's the thing. Like, it's to the point now to where the track sucks with a road and the track sucks without a road on it, because they've built it 100% for a road. So once you get to that point, RF, now you're really making a mistake. because now your entire track design is so different from what a normal MX Simulator track would be that it just gives you this feeling like you're not even playing MX Simulator anymore. I mean, hell, even the BAC Anaheim 1 track, which is like some other dude that made an Anaheim 1 track, that track was 10 times as good as this track right here. At least you could like hit cool quad lines in 2 or 3 areas, and just the overall feeling of the track, I don't know. They still have that Play-Doh looking decal vibe going on, and by the way, this is the high graphic version. This is not like a low graphic version of the track right here. This is a high graphic version, okay? So yeah, it's really weird. The base version of this track right here kind of feels like you took the worst track of 2019 and mixed it with like 2016 RF Supercross scaling. It's really bizarre. This doesn't feel like the next step or the next level or a new kind of track or whatever. It just feels like they're going backwards. It's not like bigger, better scaling, cool, bigger jumps and stuff, and like this is like 2020 RF Supercross. It's not like that at all. And who in the hell designed this triple right here? Who did this? I want to know, dog. Who the hell did this right here? This is literally the biggest, the most booter, the most kickered triple on any RF Supercross track in the entire game. It's to the point where you literally feel like you're jumping a wall. You actually feel like you're hitting a wall when you hit that triple right there. But then the rest of the track is like completely smoothed down, rolled down, the most basic rhythms you've ever seen in your entire life, totally made around a road, the most basic double or triple ends, every section, triple, 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 or double, triple, 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 no quads. But then you go over there to the main Supercross triple, and it's the most kickered out triple you've ever hit in your life in this game. What the hell is going on with the track making? Like, even if you took the Erode completely out of the equation, this would have been a shitty experience even still, by the way the base version of the track was on here. Like, what the hell you doing, RF? That's what I mean. Like, they're just going backwards in every way. And then on top of that, they're trying to run even more Erode and trying to do that even more. And it's just like, dogs. Oh, man. It's just sad. Look at the numbers, RF. You had 50 people sign up in the 450 class. I don't even have to say anything. Just look at the numbers. People do not want this shit. Dude, like, oh man, if you just know this game and you know the numbers and you know how it normally is when it gets around this time of year, it's like the RF Anaheim 1, everybody's super hyped about it. You got like 80 plus people signed up in the 450 class. It's like going super crazy. This is literally didn't even feel like RF Supercross. It just felt like some random dude tried to, make a track real quick and start a series on it, and bam, here it goes. Oh, we got the Erode 20 times too high in the first qualifying session. Let's try to fix that real quick. And then by the second qualifying session, it's like 10 times too high still. Third qualifying session, it's like 1/10 of what they had in the first qualifying session. They're like all over the place. They're all over the place, dog. The Erode hasn't really changed that much in the past 2 years. And it's getting to that point where it's just the same old same, bro. It's the same old same. It's still the same, like you're digging down in concrete, the no cushion to the dirt. It's the same weird Erode lag that you're getting. I'm just so shocked that they did not put any pre-made on this track at all whatsoever. I'm actually dumbfounded. And to some of you guys that are thinking, oh, well, Spencer just sucks at Erode, so that's why he doesn't want it, right? Newsflash for you there, bud. I've gotten top 5s and top 10s with Erode on in RF 450 main events. And I haven't really done that much better than that without Erode. Really, the best I've basically ever done is like a 4th or a 5th without Erode. So I pretty much had the same finishes with Erode and without Erode. So all you guys getting this weird-ass idea in your head, oh, he just sucks at it, so that's why he doesn't like it. That's why he doesn't want it. Bro, you don't get top 5s and top 10s in RF 450 main events with Erode on if you suck at Erode. That just doesn't happen. Like, you idiots, why don't you look at what's actually went down, dog? Now, I'm not saying I'm, better at Erode than I am without Erode. I would certainly say I'm better without Erode because I don't even really ride on Erode. Because it makes me literally want to just quit playing the entire game, period. Because I'm riding in these concrete, weird-ass, janky, triangled ruts, and I would rather just play the game with pre-made ruts on it because those feel more real to me. So I don't even really ride on Erode. Like if I sat there and was riding on Erode all day, every day, I'd be just as good at Erode as I am without Erode, but I don't even do that. I have literally just sat down and forced myself to push through the past 2 years of racing in Supercross. I forced myself to do it. I was hating every second of it. It was terrible. And so now I'm not going to do it for a third year in a row. 3 strikes and you're out, dog. Like, I'm done. They're going to have to do something massive at this point. I was already teeter-tottering on they were already going to have to, do something pretty good in 2020 Anaheim 1 or, impress me in some kind of way. But it literally went the other direction. It went the opposite direction. So I'm not even going to mess with that, dude. A lot of you guys forget. I'm not hating on having a ruddy track. I'm not hating on having a rough track or a kicker track or a challenging track. Do every bit of it with pre-made. You could do just as many ruts as this has right here with pre-made. And I wouldn't have a problem with it. You see what I'm saying? You could have just as ruddy, rough of a track with pre-made. But that's what I'm saying. I'm talking specifically about the way the Erode terrain deformation in the game designs it on the track is what I don't like. You understand? It's not a dislike of having ruddy, rough, kicker tracks. It's a dislike of this specific terrain deformation system in the game and how it makes the weird, choppy, janky, triangled, spliced ruts and weird kicker. You can't see anything. That's what I dislike about it. And the extra lag it causes, right? You don't have any of that with pre-made, by the way, right? That's another benefit of having pre-made is you don't have the extra road lag. It's just so annoying because, like I say, you already have enough lag just being in a multiplayer server without a road. You already have like that little bit of extra lag versus playing in single player, you know what I mean? But then, once you turn a road on and all that, it just jacks up that lag like times 2. So then you're dealing with that on top of everything else. Oh, man. Yep. And at this point, it's not just me. Look at the numbers. Literally the worst turnout that I've seen thus far on an Anaheim 1 on MX Simulator RA Pro Racing. Worst turnout thus far. They're going to be lucky to even fill up a gate in 3 or 4 rounds. Ain't nothing more to say. Appreciate you guys watching all the videos. Later, dudes.